know that Buck and I have talked, and he said that when he was younger, he resisted going into eventing as hard as he could and tried every other sport first, but eventually it was too strong, and he made the decision. What did you feel when he did decide to take up eventing as a career?
I kind of, my tendency in life is to dig my head in the sand, and if there's an issue, I'd probably try to dig it a little further. So as I watched Buck coming through high school and getting to senior year and college applications and things like that, I finally said, Buck, what's the plan for next year? And I was told, well, I'm going to take a year off. And I said, oh, really? Like, what are you going to do? And because up to that point, it'd been mostly ice hockey or golf or football or tennis or baseball or pretty much every sport that was available at school. And he said, well, I'm going to ride. And for a moment, I was like, oh, I'm supposed to be really happy about that. But at the same time, there's another stage that, we're sort of sliding. But I was the same way, and so all I could do is support him. But I was initially surprised that all of a sudden we've come around to riding. Not that he didn't ride, and he raced, and he hunted, and he did everything, but I thought another sport was going to get him.
And then, of course, Buck's mentioned that when he goes to the horse park, he sees the statue of you there. And 3 years ago now, we had the World Equestrian Games at the horse park. Thanks, because of you winning the medal at the World Games at Burghley. It must have been an incredibly proud moment to have Buck represent the United States there as part of the team and bringing it back to the horse park. Yeah,
that's a dream come true, just to have any member of your family, let alone your son, do what you like to do and do it well, and to come back to Kentucky literally as a family is pretty special. So that's one thing. Every time we go to Kentucky, it's, I think of 78 when I had a little 2-year-old son, and his biggest thing that weekend is someone had stolen his tractor out from under the bleachers while his father was show jumping. That's what he remembers about Burghley and Kentucky in 78, and that's also what I remember, is the only way we could make him happy was to put him up on tango after the show jumping because somebody had taken his tractor.
Is that what you remember? What do you remember from those days, Buck?
Well, I don't remember anything from 78. I remember the stories of me losing the tractor. And I think probably until I was probably 16, all I wanted to do was go under the stands and play with a tractor. I went to every event there ever was. And, Kentucky certainly, for our family, was something that happened every year. And it just, even the first time I rode at Kentucky, it just kind of happened. I fell off. The rules were kind of different back then, and I sort of made it around one advance, not really sure how, and I turned over at the other one, but we could get back on at that point, and I got back on and finished, and so then I went to Kentucky, and I was still in school, and so Kentucky is just kind of a place that's just kind of happened, and, it was in our family my whole life, and so, now, as I have students going and things like that, I start to realize how hard it is to get to Kentucky and how exciting it is to be at Kentucky, but it was just kind of something that happened every spring for us. And, from the time I was 2 years old and I lost my tractor to the time that I, rode at the World Games and have been lucky enough to have 2 national championships there with 2 different horses, which was kind of cool, with my boy Bobby and one of my best friends in the whole world, and Jan Smith with Mystic Mike, which was really exciting. It was a, horse that she bred and stuff like that. And so, you keep going back and, the horses that I have this year, you sort of dream of, you think, wow, are they better than Mikey, or are they better than Bobby, or am I better than I was, or whatever. And so every year, this time of year, it's exciting, and it's, time to get ready for Kentucky.